Hello everyone, welcome back to Stacia 2 Expert. Now I'm going to spend some time getting in here all cleaned up and looking decent. Now I'm not 100% certain exactly what I want to do in here. And well, I'm just going to figure it out as I go, I guess. But for now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to move all of this down. And then I'll just have like a hole somewhere, like over here, where I have the cables coming up. I do want to have them separated. Like I'll have 3, so I'm pretty much going to try to put this part of this generator probably like right lined up right here, and then have all 3 just come straight up and attach like right up there. And then really all I'm going to be powering is what it's already powering, including this maybe, possibly, but I'm going to be moving this so I could even have this attached to the bottom somewhere so that I don't have to have a low cable like that. I'm trying to just have not as much in this area. And then as for all of this, I can switch this out, or I mean the freaking pump I have, for a sink if I want to. I kind of do like the idea of having like a create pipe attached to it. I don't know what the feed rate is of this, but I mean, I don't think I have any issues with this right now, so should be fine. But I'm definitely going to redesign some stuff. I have some ideas on what I can do in here. It's going to be very simple. I might just add like 4 pillars, see what those look like, see if I like it or not. I'm only going to do the elevators, the elevator block things. I'm fairly certain those are in, yeah. So I'm not going to have any like stairs or anything, but it's going to be definitely a lot cleaner. I definitely need to figure out a better way of doing this, so I will try to do what I was talking about. It was a long time ago I talked about this, I think, where I'm just going to have like a couple chests, kind of just like along this wall maybe, and then have all this crap underneath, obviously something like this. I mean, like my dielectric paste thing, or the casing is obviously automated, so it's like really I just need to have these chests up here, and then I can have all this down there. It'll definitely be a lot cleaner not having it up here, but also I might just move it to its own building and then kind of design all of these kind of into the building a little bit, depending, and then have maybe an area where it's just kind of like, if I need a very obscure one, like one of these where it's like freaking I need all of this crap, the press, the spout, like all of that randomly. But the ones where it's like I just need the press, or I just need a deployer or something, I would like to have those kind of tucked away somewhere that's not just out like this. And then also I want to make these, I think they're called mega torches. Yeah, right here. Shouldn't be too hard to make. Torch berries from the Twilight Forest, which I'm fairly certain is pretty freaking easy to get. I haven't been to the Twilight Forest in forever, and that's the easiest thing to get. Yeah, so these mega torches are actually the easiest thing to make, just to try to prevent things from spawning in. I actually haven't been to the Twilight Forest since I got my Drigme farm up and going. Did I move? I did. Okay, I just made this spawner right there and got a whole bunch of the torch berry boyos, so that's good. Should be able to make quite a few of these mega torches now. By that I mean 1, apparently. Fairly certain I got 1 of these from something. I might have placed it down somewhere, and I don't remember. I might have put it under, like under the ground somewhere. Maybe I'm getting a different mod patch confused. I'm not 100% certain. That could be entirely possible. Now I can finally prevent these losers from spawning in. Right here. Do that. Cool. And right there. I don't think it affects, like if I place this right here, I don't think it affects spawners. Yeah. I'll just place one right there, and then I'm fairly certain at this point this is fully covered, because I'm fairly certain these are like insane amount, like the radius is huge, but better safe than sorry. Just place them everywhere. Why not? Cool. Okay, now I don't have to worry about losers spawning in here. I know there is the other torch that places light sources around. I don't know if I want to do that. This feral flare lantern. I don't know if I want to do that because it kind of makes like just weird random. What? Oh, where are you? Where are you? Oh. But it'll like do like this. What's happening with the light right there? It's a little bit bigger than that, but like just kind of randomly instead of it being like a solid like this. There's no light up here, but if it was solid like that, it would look good, but it's just random kind of dots of light like that all over the place. And I don't really like it. So this mega torch is better because, I mean, I have night vision on, so it'll look like it's lit up even though it's not. All right, why are my cables invisible? They still exist. I didn't turn anything on. Only thing was me going through to a different place. Let's see. Ooh, those are all full. That is nice. You guys gonna be? I mean, I'm gonna break them. So there you go. Now they're back. All right, I'm already checking my ancient debris as well, just real quick, because why not? 200, not bad. No. Clicking all the wrong buttons. My game is stuttering as well. I've also upgraded this to the advanced one, so it's freaking fast, making an insane amount of netherite. Look at this, I have 188. Freaking nice. I think I might have already made some dragon steel as well. Yep, I have 295 ingots. So I have been cracking down on my dragon steel production quite well. Quite freaking well. Nice. Very nice. Cool. And then also I made this, turned this all into inferium seeds. They're the same, just 8 inferium essence and a random seed. Super easy. So I've already made an insane amount of inferium essence. I made up to the netherite, the tier 4 upgrades. I don't know if 4 can fit in this, but I mean 262,000 per slot is more than enough when I'm only getting these two things. So I thought about putting some like wheat down as well, but I don't want to do that because I don't really care. The only thing I really care about is the seeds, and that's plenty. So, but I am going to be eventually making up to this supremium sword and probably the supremium armor. So that'll be nice, but I'm not going to do that right now. I'm going to wait until that has gotten higher because I'm fairly certain I probably could make a lot of the supremium essence with that. I think it's like 256 inferium essence makes 1 supremium. So is the insanium no, it's not, never mind. It's the Tinker's construct. Never mind. I was thinking the armor and stuff was in this. So I was like, I could make up to that, but nope, not at all. Okay, well, I will hurry and move all this down. Kind of sucks because I'm like, should I make down here look nice as well? So I can actually come down here. You know, I actually will. I will make down here. I'll lay it out nice. I don't really have, like, I just came up with the idea to make it look nice, so I don't have a design for it. And then I'll also try to make it where all these wires aren't kind of just random, like the one under here that's powering or was powering everything. Like, it doesn't look bad. Actually, it's not bad. So I'll try to make it kind of similar to this. But luckily, making these farms, it's super freaking easy. So that should be nice. And then this, I'll probably leave it just for now and just do this. I'll probably just do this half for now. And then when I get this half done and know exactly what I'm doing, then I'll tear this down. Because then it's like, I use this quite often. So when I tear this down, I'm fully committed to moving it. So I have to like know what I'm doing, so I'm not spending too much time without it here. I mean, I'm not going to be using it right now, but if I randomly am like, I need to do something, I don't want to have to like throw it back up. So for now, it's just gonna stay there as is. All right, so I cleaned up over here, and I kind of already started throwing something together. And I might end up just knocking this wall down and redesigning it to line up better with this. I might kind of keep the kind of this look, maybe. Depends. I also do have some ideas on how to not keep that look and do something else, but I don't know if it'll actually look good. So for now, what I might do is just knock this wall down, finish up the interior, and then design the exterior kind of how I want it to look. I might also even bring this down one more so that I don't have to have, like, this is the second floor, which I did already. Well, I'm finished, but I placed it all down, so now it's all good to go, I guess. And then under here, we got this going. So I kind of just dug out like a massive area, and it was definitely more than enough room. So I have one area where I'm actually making just the seeds and the one for the potatoes. So I could easily fuel like 5 of these with both of those going. I don't really care to do that because that's going to take up a lot of time. And I mean, these do make a lot of power. All I would really be doing is shoving it straight into like an ender cell. So I don't really think I want to do that. I think even just with this setup, the fermenter's way faster. Like this has, you know, almost 6,000 buckets. I could easily have 2 of these going and then power probably 2 or 3 of these, because I'm making insane amounts of this. So, but yeah, I kind of dug out a big area. Obviously it's not finished. I really just built this so it kind of looks good. Obviously nothing's final yet, so I might end up changing what the wall looks like, but the layout of this is probably going to stay exactly how it is. And this guy, the crusher, I don't even think I really need this that much anymore because I have these crushing wheels over here, but who knows. Yeah, I'm kind of copying the design that I did in Project Architect 2 with my ceilings like this. Just because because I want to have like pillars like this, because I feel like it actually would match, like it kind of goes along with the design of things. So I think it will look pretty good. And then as for this, it actually will be kind of nice to kind of block that off. Oh, come on. Just because I don't really know what I'm going to do with that yet. And it still works, so that's good. And I'll have to figure out something with this, but I don't know. I kind of had to put these right here. I kind of wish I could have like this corner right here instead, but because of where this is, I don't want it right there because I do want to eventually add more of these, and I would like to have this row kind of just be where they are. I'm going to push them back one more. It's just because this is right in front of that one. It's going to be forward a little bit. And I even thought about making this not just open, like making a big tube thing and then have those kind of come out. But I'm trying to move the wires around because if I build it up too high, it'll eventually block that. So I just didn't do that. And it's all the way off in the corner, so chances of me running into it are very low. And then as for this, I will definitely end up making a new building for these for now. Probably just gonna rip it down, and then if I really need it, what I'll do is I'll leave this, and then I'll leave the basic stuff, like probably this stuff, or at least tear it down to like here, and then leave the crushing wheels and this. Everything else, like I haven't used anything over here in a long time. This thing, I think this is when I made the beehives, so I haven't really used that in a while. It's mainly the conveyor belt stuff. And even then, it's kind of rare. I say rare, but it's like only when I'm like progressing further into the mod pack. So for now, it should be fine to just rip most of it down. And then this, my controller. Now, actually making the controllers, it's pretty difficult. So for now, obviously I'm probably gonna only have one. I might end up making another one eventually. Obviously, as time goes on, I'll slowly be adding more. But what I think I'm gonna do is I'm gonna add a 3rd layer under this. I haven't actually dug it out, but that'll be my like I guess I'll call it a server room. So I'll have all of these, probably kind of lining the freaking walls. I'll have controller. There is a way, I don't know if it's possible with this version of Applied Energistics, but there's a way where you can have like there's a way to max out the controller, and I might try that. And what it essentially does is you have the main controller, and then you have like a sub controller. So I'll look into it, and if I do that, it's actually kind of cool looking, I guess. So it'll definitely be the centerpiece. It gives you like 22,000 I forget what channels, so, which is ridiculous. But I feel like this mod pack is gonna require, like, if I want to be automating stuff, I'm going to chew up channels like it's nothing. So I definitely want to have something that's just, I'm not gonna blow through it and have to redesign it 3 times. So eventually I'll just go crazy with it. But for now, I'm just gonna leave it up here. Probably eventually design that room. But I'll go ahead. I'm essentially just gonna take down all of these walls, including this one, because that doesn't line up either. And then I'll build these out. I'll design. I'm probably gonna have pillars drop down right here that stick out a little bit. By that I mean they'll stick out like 1 block and then the wall. So that's why I wanted to get rid of these. But hopefully it doesn't look stupid, because it might with this fat gap in the middle. Oh, actually, it'll actually be pretty even. This obviously will be a little bit smaller, but shouldn't be too bad. I'm just gonna do what I did when I first took down this front wall. I'm just gonna essentially break it to where it's not connected to anything, and then just go ham. Okay, just like that. Now it's all gone. Ish, kind of. Okay, so something kind of like this. Obviously, it's going to be a little weird with this being lined up with that. Oh, I guess it being off to the side, it's fine. If it was in the middle, it would look weird. Don't want to overdo it with the stairs, though. I tend to do that. I tend to, like, have, like, stairs down here, and then stairs up there, and then freaking do another pillar, and then do stairs on the side. Like, it just becomes freaking, I don't even know what to call it. At the same time, sometimes it does look good, which sucks. The thing that sucks is I'm not good at designing interior and exterior at the same time. This is why I'm having such difficulty with this. Is because, like, I designed the exterior, and the interior is just a box. Now I'm trying to design the interior, and I'm destroying the exterior, and anything I want to do, like, I bet I'm going to end up having this come out an extra block, right? So I'm going to have to be very, like, I'm going to pay attention to that a lot, because if I have it stick out too far, I'm going to have to redesign everything. I don't want to have to redesign this at all, but I might have to. Worst comes to worst, I could probably kick this out 1 more, and then make this corner piece a little bigger. I don't know. I'll figure it out. Ouch. I did actually kind of just have an idea, and it's just straight up just gonna lift it from Project Architect 2 again, but the arches that I was doing in that, in between these for the walls, wonder if I could do that again. And if it could look good. That's the issue, because if I do that, I would want them to be right here, lined up with this, which means the window would have to line up with this, and so yeah, it would stick out too. Which, if I have to redesign this a little bit like that, I mean, it won't be too difficult. Like, I could extend this, and then they'd be the same size as that. That would go out 1, push everything else out 1, make you, like, pretty much that shape, but right there. Do that on both sides. I'll lose. I mean, I had to stick it out 3. Oh, I think it's 2. On what I'm thinking. It has to go out 3. Even that'll be kind of fun. It'll be really close to that. It'll literally be, what? Oh, I guess 1. I thought this was half. It was going to be half a block away, but no, it'll be 1 block away. Unless the roof sticks out more, but I don't think it will because I'm going to redesign that. Let's kind of do something like this. That arch is going to be massive if I do it across that whole thing. That's why you split it up. Is it... That's 2. Or do this. Yeah, that'll look good. Okay, how the frick am I going to do this? Trying to actually design these arches always takes the longest. I want to get a good arch that isn't like kind of starts arching and then suddenly just shoots off. But you also don't want something that takes 2 years to start arching. Kind of like that, I guess. Shouldn't be too bad. I'm just kind of randomly doing this. Just kind of to see how the frick it's gonna look. And if it looks like absolute trash, then I won't do it. But if it looks good, then I will do it. Okay, so does that look good? Should probably also cap these. I don't think this is the block I'm actually gonna use. Thought about using these sea lanterns I have, just because it's kind of like maybe a little bit of light. Colors kind of match. I think that actually doesn't look half bad. Just don't want something that like extremely like stands out insane, but is like still like a corner piece. I do and don't like this. I don't think it's tall enough. Oh yeah, but I did want to drop the ceiling down. That's right. Make it this level. Or, no. Make just in here that level. So that'll stay the same. So it's pretty much, yeah, okay. Okay. I'm remembering what I wanted to do now. No, I didn't. Look at that, there you go. Okay, how about this? Okay, yeah, that definitely will look better. Being a little bit lower. And as for this middle thing, I don't want to make it too much, but I don't want to make it nothing. Kind of want to start using these pillars as well. Gotta be careful though, because I was using this cut andesite stuff in Project Architect 2. So I start using this too much, it'll start resembling that build too much. That's the thing, if I get too fancy with it, then it stops looking like a freaking factory and it looks like some weird... I mean, this already kind of starts to look like some type of catacombs or dungeon-esque things. Yeah, so I think I'm probably not going to do something like this. I might just use these brick-bordered andesite, or maybe something else, but just something consistent. So it looks like maybe even just the brick. Maybe that'll look good. Something like that. Yeah, I don't think that looks too bad. Maybe border it with the cut andesite brick, or put a centerpiece of it. I don't know. I don't know. Have to try it out and see. Like that. Does that look weird? Can you just do what I'm trying to have you do? Does that look weird? This is when I wish framed blocks worked a little bit better. Because I would do this. If those connected, that would be great. Because then I would do that right through the middle, so it gives it a little bit more depth. But sadly, that's not going to work. But what I could do instead is... I kind of wish I didn't break that now. I could easily invert these towards the brick in the middle, but do this. So luckily I don't have to worry about these connecting with the brick, which is like exactly what I did in Project Architect 2. But whatever, a good design is a good design. Just because I'm too lazy to completely make a 100% original design doesn't mean that I don't really know what it means, but I'm gonna do it. I don't know. Having that fully disconnected like that, maybe even trying that as come on, as... Can I just type please as a framed stair? Maybe? That look horrible? Doesn't look great. Doesn't look great. What about that? Yeah, no, it looks like trash. Yikes. I don't know. I'll have to figure something out. Now this. I don't know about this either. Let's think. I like this. Right here. The frame kind of look. I feel like it definitely works pretty well with a factory kind of design. But then trying to design it to look good, it's kind of like, do I try or do I just do basic stuff? Like, is this just gonna look terrible? I mean, it doesn't look bad. Worst comes to worst, I can always just kind of, you know, do something like that. Just so it kind of adds a little bit. Completely basic. That's the thing, is then I'm like, do stairs around that, and then it starts to become like a super intricate design. And I don't want to do that. Also, I would like to have this right here. So then, you know, if I no, and this side, there you go. I start throwing some of this on there. Is it gonna look stupid? Actually, that might look really good. Yeah, that doesn't look half bad. See, now that kind of makes me like want to try to get the window in this, but it's gonna be impossible to do that at all without using full blocks, which is highly unfortunate. So I think, yeah, then it makes this wall twice like that, but then my design on the outside could possibly go out 3 more, depending on what I do, and then so then that would end up sticking out super far, and that would, on this side, start interfering with the silos, because I don't want to stick out too far. Why do I have to make this more difficult than it needs to be? I don't know. I'll just start messing around with some stuff. See what I can figure out. Alright, I think I got something here. It's not gonna look horrible. It's gonna be very simplistic. I'm still debating whether or not... Like, I really like this, but I'm also like, should I do just this on the interior? This, like, andesite vertical stairs? And then instead do this as all these pillars? Or should I stick with this? Because if I use the brick bordered stuff, there's going to be a lot of gray, and then doing all of this is not going to look the best, but at the same time that'll probably, well, no, because this will be 4 white on the inside, so then if I do only 2 white out here, I'd have to do something right here. And I feel like inverting it and doing the regular brick as the vertical stairs might look weird. I can try it out and see how it looks, but the shape of it is pretty much what I'm going for now. Going back to just a big fat box, but at least the interior will be designed good, and then it'll also match this, because these are very, like, you know, square-esque shaped, like rectangular, I guess, shaped windows, so it matching the sides. And then I'm getting rid of this, so these will probably be squared off a little bit more. Maybe not like that one. And then that one, I honestly have no idea why that one is like that and not just a square. Like, now that I'm looking at it, I don't know why I never noticed that. But I'll definitely be able to square, like, the top of this one off. I might even be able to bring it up to that level, because it's going to be in line with this. So, should look a lot better. And then this is still in line with the original size of it. I managed to get pretty much how I want it to be, so that's good. And then again, the rear is probably going to be something different, but it's not going to be these arches. And the main reason why I'm not doing the arches is because I've decided that doing them on the outside is kind of stupid, and doing them down here is going to be better, because then I can do kind of this, you know, type of design, but then I can do, again, freaking Project Architect 2, the arches on the inside, kind of down here, which I think will look neat. So that'll be very nice. So I'll go ahead and do all of that. I probably won't touch this side immediately, just because I haven't torn any of this down. And then I have thought of making down here my create thing as well, instead of making an entirely new building just for create. But it kind of depends on what I want to do. So I'll have to figure something out eventually. Then I did have to destroy this. It was right over here. So, but sinks are super easy to make. So hopefully I should, there you go. Hopefully, wait, let me look. I have a sink in here. I do not. Can I make it? Yep. Let me just make sure. So that, I'm guessing that means it's just absolutely just nothing. Yeah, it's going up, which means it's working. If I put you in there, does that go up anymore? No. But it is at least doing something. I'm guessing that's the amount of pressure that's in there. Yeah, pretty much. I'm going to try to get this kind of like here. I don't know if it's going to be the exact same size. I haven't actually looked. It seems like it's going to be similar, but at the same time, I don't know what I'm going to do in these corners yet. So that's going to be tough, which I actually, because this is lined up to go right into that. So honestly, just doing something like that might actually look fine. If I have to chop this off and slide it forward a little bit, that also won't be too hard to do. I definitely did not think this through at all, but luckily at this point, tying in the interior and the exterior to where they're both gonna be finished, at that point I'm probably gonna just be done with it. So, and then also having it all kind of not look stupid. It's mainly this that I just, the more and more I look at it, the more I realize how dumb it looks with this. So it was either this had to go or that had to go. And I decided that the curve is going to go. So, okay, but enough talking. I'll go ahead. Honestly, what I'll do is I'll copy this and then I'll chop kind of like this out just to kind of design this corner how I want it. And then I'll see what I can do. Because like this front wall is probably just going to stay the same. Luckily, I kind of already am doing a decently just flat wall, not doing any like extreme depth. So all I would like to do is kind of get this kind of look where it's like the pillar sticks out a little bit and then has this, whatever, the andesite stuff. Okay, I got this corner done and I actually didn't have to really do too much. And there's enough room where I might just knock this down and then have this whole thing be the window. So it's a little bit smaller. And then I did switch out this for the regular andesite stuff. And I think I like it a little bit more. At first it did look good with the brick with just these. But then when I added this corner piece, it was too much. And who knows, maybe I'll redesign the corner piece, like the big main corner piece, to be this andesite stuff, so it still kind of matches like this, because that's also one thing, was this just being there and then nowhere else on the building would have kind of been a little bit weird. So maybe I will go and redesign these corners to where they're their own thing, and then I can have the H pattern of the brick or whatever. But now it actually doesn't look too bad. And then for the roof, it looks like, honestly, lining this up, like this right here, with the rest of it might be ideal. Maybe. Goes to right there, which is where that is. I think this will look fine if I bumped it up one block, so I might do that. Who knows? And it kind of sucks that this is bigger than the middle window, but if I try to bring this down, it's only going to be one. And I feel like that's it's going to be too thin, just having one block where the window is. So I'm just going to have to leave it like that. I'll pretty much do the same kind of corner piece over here. I'm just going to knock this whole wall down. I'll probably try to do something kind of like this back here. It's going to be way wider. So that's the unfortunate thing, is that this is not insanely wide, but I mean, this is going to be all the way over like right here. So in the middle, it's going to be like that wide. But that should look fine. All right, I think this should look decent. So this will be big enough to have two kind of like this size, except more obviously not next to each other. And then I think I'm going to do this brick just because it's going to be like its own standalone pillar. If it looks terrible, I'll add this. I don't think I'm going to fully connect these quite yet. I'll if I do, it'll probably, I don't know, because I don't know what I'll do in between the floors then, because I'm gonna have like a 5 or 6 block gap, or I guess it's like a 3 block gap. It's completely different, but whatever. But I'll see how it looks. I might end up connecting them. It's just connecting it to the brick. It'll look kind of dumb. But other than that, it's pretty much kind of how it's going to be. Obviously, I got to like redo right here, but it's going to be pretty much just how it is. And then this, I just got to figure out exactly how tall this is going to be. I'll eventually figure that out. I probably will have these kind of run across the top as well, just to kind of cap it off. Still kind of keeping that like framed look with like this. But I think obviously I'm doing way more because this was the brick, whereas now it's like twice as much. But hopefully, I don't think that looks too bad. It's mainly just that it can match the interior. So that I'm definitely happy about. Definitely looks a lot better in here. Kind of like segmented, which is going to be actually kind of nice because if I just have like this, for example, this is all I really have with mechanism right now. So if I just need a little area to build something, I can just come in here and throw it down. Like the arc reactor or arc smelter, just have it right there. So it'll be pretty nice. And then I did kind of start building these. Obviously, this is completely in the way, but, you know, as you can see, it's going to be a big, massive gap in between. So hopefully that doesn't look too dumb when I get this all cleared out, but whatever. This is way better than it was. All right, I got in here mostly done. I haven't like added these yet to all of this. But yeah, I've gotten pretty much just the walls thrown up. The rear, you know, it's gonna be like this just up here. And then I haven't even started trying to see how I can get this to be connected. Worst comes to worst, I'll just swap this out for this andesite crap and then connect it and then just throw that up there. So should be super easy. Shouldn't take me long to finish this up. And then up here will probably look fairly similar to down here. So it's probably just going to be the exact same down here. Like I probably will actually end up just copying this entire floor, obviously except for the front part, and then just pasting it up here because it's probably all I'm going to be doing is the exact same thing. But luckily, didn't have to move this entire front forward, and I didn't have this stick out too much. If anything, yeah, it actually, I mean, because I don't have the actual full stairs right here, you can see this now, which I'm half tempted to do this sanded stone, because that's what I did like with this thing. I guess I got rid of it because it looked kind of weird, but I did have it running across. Actually, I might even just do this andesite brick. It's like that. That look good? What happens if I do this? Is that looks better? Yeah, because then there's not like a weird just solid lines, like the ground just continues over. So I'll probably do that. I'm gonna obviously keep this. So I'll probably, yeah, I'll just have it go up to here. Shouldn't, I guess actually it'll literally take me there. Now I'm done with it. Cool. And I'm guessing over here is probably the same, but luckily it's all the dirt. I think I already did like this patch. So back here, yeah, I'll have to throw in some coarse dirt, but it shouldn't be too bad. All right, I finished most of it. I mean, you know, it's not completely done. I got a little bit of up here done. Really, it's just kind of tidying up some stuff, putting like the corner things. And then as for like this, I think I am just gonna have this go straight up against that, and I'm not gonna be able to do anything with that. It's kind of how I have it down here. It just kind of ends. But yeah, this is the third, or I guess the second time I've redone this. I mean, technically, I didn't really redo the front, so not completely. Like, really, I just redid it just because the interior didn't work how I wanted it to. But yeah, it's like, it's kind of turning into an my official base, I guess you could say. It's definitely, like, this looks so much better. It feels so much better being in here. It's a little bit cleaner. Obviously, I have this junk to throw around, but not having anything over here. Obviously, I still have, like, this. Ouch! So I'm gonna have to, let's see, yeah, because that was right on the edge. So, I mean, I wonder how hard it would be to get all 3 of these through one. Okay, well, that works, I guess. I don't know if I'm gonna build anything around that, but I mean, I will have my arc furnace right here, so I won't have to worry about that. Yeah, well, I think I'm gonna leave it there. So, not much else to do on this thing, just tidying things up, actually putting the windows in, and then moving this around. But I definitely will do a separate building for this, so that'll be, I don't know where, but it'll be somewhere. I should start taking all of this junk down and moving it places where I need it. So, like my enchantment table, I don't really know if I need that because I kind of have an enchantment farm in this. I just don't know if there's some stuff I'm not getting a lot of. Like sharpness, I have quite a bit. I think smite I'm gonna have insane amounts. Actually, not as much as I thought I would, but you know, it's not bad. I don't really know if there are enchantments I'm not getting from this. I think right now the only thing I'm farming is that bad boy down there. I think everything else is just to boost it, which I can definitely get more and make it better. Theoretically, I could get like every type of bee. Like I can make this thing insane. And then as for the Supremium sword, I'll just have to do that later. They're not hard to do. Like all this stuff, it's either super easy to get or I already have a lot of it. So, and the gem, the prosperity gem, is the exact same way. So it's not going to be hard to make this. Making all these like Supremium ingots and stuff. It's all the basic recipes from the mod, regular just mystical agriculture recipes. So shouldn't be too hard to make all of the Supremium stuff I want. And then real quick, I did want to do something in my ancient debris thing. I'm probably not gonna, like I'm probably just gonna throw it up real quick because it's gonna be just a small room. I was thinking of doing kind of a similar design that I'm doing in this place, but with like netherrack, like nether brick and stuff. But yeah, thank you guys for watching. I hope you guys enjoyed, and I will see you in the next one.